Alright, so I just want to talk about layout accuracy for a moment. So right now we've already got our square corridor line, or office line, I guess, since this is open office, it's not really a corridor. But we want to be center on this mullion. So we've got our correctly calibrated laser. It's good to check that every year or two, or if it gets kicked, dropped, etc., especially. But what we do, we know that this mullion is one inch. So pull this over. We got 19 and a strong 5/8, or basically 11/16. Now I know for some people, including myself occasionally, 16s, like tends to get a little confusing. Not so much for me, but for other guys, and that's fine if 16s gets a little small and they can't count very well, or they have to count it out and they don't want to. So what you can do instead, since we were at 5/8 and we need to take out a 1/2 inch to be center of that, we got 1/8. So we got 19 and 1/8 strong. You can just go strong instead of counting out the 16s. Go to the nearest eighth, because that's easy to find, and then just go strong. So one extra little mark on your tape measure. Which, if you're not familiar, which is fine, obviously it's these little ones here. So so if you go, let me see if I can get this to focus, sorry. Come on. Alright, so 5/8, it's right there, strong. But if you use 16ths and they're not accustomed to that, they'll have to be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They don't process it fast enough, and so they just count it out. But if you go 5/8 strong, they know it's that. So that's just an easy and fast way to mark it. And it prevents you from having to write down 16ths versus 8ths if you're writing it down for somebody else. And even yourself, honestly. It's just a faster way to make a quick mark so you know what it is, and then you can either make your marks where you need to or cut ceiling tile, etc., etc. Now, you do want to be at least within a 16th on your layout, because when you start transferring from one to the next, to the next, and the next, and the next, and the next, I probably said this in another video, but that all adds up. And so eventually you're either going to A, end up out of square, or B, you're going to end up off. Like if you have dimensions coming all the way down, you got 1/16, 2/16, 3/16. After 16 times, you're off by at least an inch, which can be critically bad if you have a certain wall that you're supposed to be lining up somewhere and it's not. Now, another easy way to do that with the center on 3 and 5 walls is get your center and then put your tape measure, like center an even number on there. So, or not even number, but a whole number. So you got 12, and then don't go 7/8 because that's too big. You're off a 16th each way, and your chalk lines will be too wide, especially if you're going to be continuing to measure off of those marks again and again. So what you do is you go 3/4 strong, 3/4 strong, and you'll get it every time. Just think of that way. 1 3/4 strong, 1 3/4 strong. Next one, 1 3/4 strong, 1 3/4 strong. You'll get 3 5/8 every time accurately, and you'll never start growing, shrinking, or getting out of square.